Hello everybody, welcome back to the Blessed Performance YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about Reman versus Premium Injector. This is a big deal. I wish I could have the opportunity to make sure that every single person in the country sees this video. I wish I had the opportunity to talk to every single person that buys injectors about this. So I'm hoping that this video can help educate the customer so that you can make the proper decision for your usage of your truck. That's the most important thing I can say right there. So, Reman. When we think of a Reman engine, what do you get? Nobody's answering. That's odd. Maybe because we're recording. Anyways, when you get a Reman engine, you get new pistons, new bearings, new rings. It's all fresh, it's all cleaned up. Maybe decking the block a certain amount, boring out the cylinder a little bit. Whatever is needed to be done to make the engine fresh, ready to go for another 500,000 miles. Correct? You are correct. Okay? Reman injector. What do you get? Anybody want to answer? Maybe it's because I'm talking to camera. Anyways, you do not get that in a Reman injector. I don't want to confuse people. Reman injectors hold their place. There is value in them. Obviously, they're budget friendly. There's a reason that they're $1,300 though, and a premium is $2,500 for the same size. With a Reman injector, generally what happens, your injectors or cores that we keep on hand that are good quality are used to remanufacture the injector to the size that you order, whether that be stock or wild up to 225, 75, 100, somewhere in there. They're used to remanufacture it to that size, okay? Now, are we replacing everything? No. Generally, the key to the equation is in the top part of the injector. The solenoid, the spool valve, the electrical stuff on the top end side. The spool valve itself is not updated. So most of the time with your Reman injectors, you're getting a polished spool valve and a tested solenoid. If it tests good on the bench, it should run correct. Gets to you, you run it for 1,000 miles, it fails. That's part of the Reman injector concept, okay? The Reman injector has a new fuel plate, new fuel spring, and a new nozzle. Everything else is generally tested and reused, if good, polished, that kind of stuff, cleaned up, re-O-ring, new seals, stuff like that, but not the intensifier piston is replaced, the solenoid's not replaced, the spool valve's not replaced. That is the key. When you come over to a premium injector, the only thing that is reused, and this correlates back to the engine reference, is the body. On an engine Reman, the block is reused, and that's it. The block and the crank. Everything else is new. On a premium injector, and that's only if the crank's good, by the way. Anyways, on a premium injector, the only thing that is reused is the body of the injector. That's it. The rest of it is all brand new. That is new nozzles, new fuel plates, new intensifier. Everything's new. New spool valve, new updated OEM spool valve, I should say. Okay, new updated OEM solenoids, updated harnesses with new wires, new electrical wires, so there's no chance of a short in here. So you ask which one's best for you. That's your answer. That's what you need to answer. Here at Blessed Performance, we kind of have a rule. If you're using this to daily drive, if you cannot have this truck be down for even 48 hours, if it were to take that long to turn an injector around, which shipping it is. If we have to ship an injector back both ways, it's 48 hours right there if we do overnight. If you pay overnight to us, we pay overnight back to you to warranty it. So no matter what, there's 48 hours plus the 12 hours it takes to go get it in line, get it fixed, and then get it back packaged up and get it back to you. So you're down for 3 days. If you can't have your truck down for 3 days, no matter what, and you want the best chance of that not happening, premiums are what you need. Now, if you have a fun toy in a 6.0 and then you have another 6.0 that's a daily driver that works, and that one over here works, and you're just trying to make that truck super reliable, put premiums in that one. Your toy, you're trying to make 700, 650, 700 horsepower, just a fun street truck on the weekends to take out and play with, go to the dirt drags, go truck sled pulling, go to the track and race it, just have fun downtown. So the case for Remans versus Premiums really falls into your lap. I want my customers to be educated. That's what our goal is here. Premiums have a 3-year, 100,000 mile warranty. Remans have a 6-month warranty from holders. Here at Blessed Performance, we extend that to a 12-month warranty. So we cover you for an extra 6 months. That's a little perk you get from buying for Blessed Performance because we have faith in them. We're not standing here telling you don't buy Remans, they're junk. Every company remanufactures, anybody who builds injectors for a 6.0, when they talk Reman injector, it's the same exact thing, okay? They all do it the same exact way. And then we all have premiums as well. Premiums are essentially everything's new, just the body. Same thing everywhere else, okay? So it's not junk by any terms of that when it comes to a Reman. It just has its place, and you need to know that place so that way you can make the best educated call for your truck to make sure that you get the right one for your truck. So, premiums, they go in my daily drivers that I know that I cannot have down. That's just because I don't have time to work on the truck. I don't have the time to take it apart and have it down. I'm a busy guy making lots of these YouTube videos so you guys can get some education. We can share what we know with you so that way we can make sure you get the right parts for your build. Talk to customers every day on the phone. Got a wife and kids, got time. I don't have time to work on my truck every day, or not even every day, or once a month, or once every 6 months. It's really hard for me to find that time. So I put premiums in the ones that I know that I just don't have the time to work on it. So that brings me to the warranty side of this, okay? Talking about what we see. In general, this is a good general rule of thumb. And I say that with caution because I don't want to, there's no guarantee here. I can't guarantee that a man-made part will not fail. That's physically impossible. Your truck fails. Your TV fails. Your computer fails. Anything man-made can fail. Even anything made by a computer can fail, because guess what? We have to set up the computer program to make the computer do what it's going to do. So anyways, your premiums. In the 7 years we've been selling these injectors, I can probably still count on these two hands right here how many I've had to warranty. Well, Matt, does that mean you don't sell a lot? No, we sell a lot of premium injectors. We sell a boatload of these. I think we almost sell more of these than we do Remans because I get to talk to people a lot. I get to explain this concept to them. So these have less than a 1% failure rate. Probably more like 0.2% failure rate. What that means is in 1,000 of these dang things, 2 of them are going to fail. That's it. 1,000 injectors, 2. Pretty good chance you're not going to have a problem. If you're that one guy that had a problem, don't go play the lottery because you're not going to win. Over here, we have an 8% failure rate. That's mathematical. We have sat down and figured out the math to figure out how many of these we have to warranty so we can know if it's still something we want to carry or how to make sure that we are taking care of our customer the best way. 8% isn't a bad, that's not a bad, chance. That's a good chance that you're going to be just fine. That's a 92% winning success rate. It's still a good product. I just want you to understand that this is an A+, this is an A. This is an A+++, whatever. A. What that means is 8 in 100. You might be that guy that drew the short stick for all 8. 100% honesty. How do you mitigate that? The best way to mitigate that is to send your injectors to us to be built. Because then you know what you're sending. Now, if you have a truck that already has really bad stiction, you can call us, chat with us about the situation. We do our best to keep quality cores on hand. A lot of what happens is customers send us cores for premiums and or remans, and we look at them. We don't disassemble them here. We look at them and we say, okay, this one, generally you can tell based on the solenoid, the color of it is, okay? And you can't almost tell the difference between these two, that this is a premium and this is a Reman, because this is a really good Reman because it was a good injector when it came out. Customer just wanted to go bigger injectors, went with a set of premiums. We got a good set of cores. That's awesome, because then I can provide a good quality core to build a Reman set for my customers that need Remans. So, of course, if you have good injectors in your truck and you want to go bigger, send those in to be built. I cannot stress that enough. If you need to build from our cores, we do our best to keep a quality stock of cores on hand. We take and we look at every single core that comes in, and if it's in generally good shape, we can usually tell, like I said, based on the condition of the wiring, the solenoid, the condition of the body, on the age of the injector. We will keep those for cores to be built for Remans. The ones that are in really rough shape go back to be cores for premiums because the only thing that's going to be used is the body. We know that. And in some cases, the body gets thrown away and a new one gets put in place as it is. So take that with a grain of salt in all situations, that there's no guarantee that these are never going to fail the premiums. And there's no guarantee that you're going to be the guy that pulls the short stick for 8 of them that fail. It's literally just like playing the lottery when it comes to these a little bit. These you have a lot better success rate. So I want my customers to know that. Look at your usage of the truck, what you're using it for, and use that to determine which injector you buy, premiums or Remans. Just a few quick things. Like I said, 3-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Here at Blessed Performance, when you buy from us, you can pay the core charge for these and use our cores to build for yourself, or you can send yours in ahead of time and we build yours. Either way, you get a 12-month warranty through us. One other thing, either injector comes with 3 free custom tunes with purchase. Doesn't matter which one you buy. When it comes to an oversized injector, we know you're going to need a tune to make it idle properly and pull the most efficiency out of the injector to make sure you make the most power, fuel mileage, whatever goals you're after, towing power. You get 3 free custom tunes with purchase for either one of them. Okay, so now let's touch base on sizing just a little bit real quick. Back in the day when injectors for 6.0s were first coming out, we were taking these nozzles and making them 100 overs, 75 overs, just massive, okay? What happened is a lot of smoke and high EGTs. Technology advanced, things grew, we learned more. We realized that with a 30% nozzle, we can fully empty a 190cc, and in some cases a 205cc with a proper tune. So we recommend a 30 nozzle on the majority of what you do. And the reason for that is to control EGTs and control smoke output. By opening up this injector to a bigger nozzle, basically you're just making it easier for the fuel to enter. So it's going to enter faster, which can make you fall out of the proper timing of the cylinder to combust it properly, which then creates poor atomization of the fuel and the black smoke that you see come out of your truck. Black smoke is not wasted fuel. It's poorly atomized fuel. Black smoke's not good. We're not trying to make black smoke. Black smoke is a byproduct of horsepower in the grand scheme of things, yes. But some of the baddest race trucks in the country, when they're spooling up, you got some black. When they're going down the track, they're clean as a whistle. Some of the baddest 4-digit horsepower trucks are just stupid clean. And they make 4 digits plus always. We do our best to do everything we can to keep it clean. So when you think about injector sizing, you need to think about the nozzle and the CC. Your factory injector is a 135-0 or stock nozzle. 135 cc's with a stock nozzle. Well, Matt, why don't we just use a stock nozzle on everything? Because a stock nozzle, in the best case scenario, can maybe flow 145 cc's of fuel. Best case scenario, perfect high pressure oil system, everything's perfect. So when you go to a bigger CC, you have to go to a bigger nozzle to get the full potential of the injector. So I would say probably the most popular size on the market is a 190/30. You can run up to a 190/30, you don't lose any fuel mileage, you gain horsepower, and you really don't see any crazy EGTs compared to stock, especially when it's set up properly, paired with it with a turbo, ported intake, fuel system. You're not gonna see any crazy EGTs compared to stock when it comes to, just a stock injector tune versus a 190/30 injector tune for the same tow purpose. Where do we use a 75 and 100 nozzle? I would say a 75 or 100 or 150 nozzle. That needs to be your street trucks. That's your trucks that go to the track and race, go play. That's what that is used for, because you want to get as much out of it as you can. Now, in testing and in dyno tuning and dyno test and street tests and everything else like that, and in flow tests on a bench, we have proven that essentially you gain about 10 horsepower on a 205/30 versus a 205/75. So if you put a 75 nozzle on a 205 injector, you're going to notice about 10 horsepower. Not really worth it for the smoke output and the EGT issues. And you step up to a 225, like we have here, that's where you start to see the gains from a 75 nozzle. The 30 can be kind of restrictive, but I will say this, we have done tests with 225/30s and compounded turbo 6.0s. Absolute beast when it comes to towing. Just a beast. Makes a solid 750-ish, maybe even 800 on a good day. Proper temperatures, when it's boost season, the cool, heavy air. You can see some pretty impressive horsepower numbers out of a 225/30, but you will not get all the fuel out of the injector at that point. But you do see cooler EGTs, and it pulls like a freight train. Now, if you're looking to make power and just have fun with it, you need to step up to the 75 or the 100 nozzle with a 225. For our build, we're going with a 225/75. We feel like that's going to give us the amount of power we want to make, the control over smoke and EGTs at the same time, being it's a 6-speed manual. But we've done plenty of builds with the 30 nozzle, 205/30s, 190/30s, 175/30s, and 155/30s. One other question I get asked often, where's the cap to where you start losing fuel mileage with an injector? Really, that's up in the 300 cc range. I can't say I've ever sat down and put a different injector all the way up to 300 and on the same essential concept of a tune to see where I start losing fuel mileage. Maybe that's something we do in the future. Recently, I've been having this question asked a lot. But I can tell you from experience, up to the 225/30 range, there is no difference in fuel mileage from 225/30 to 155/30. Yes, you're injecting more fuel, but you're also getting more power, so the truck is working less, okay? So you gain that injection of fuel back up. Yes, you're injecting more fuel, but you gain that back in on the backside because you're putting more power to the ground, so the truck doesn't have to work as hard to make this, to go down the road at the same speed as a 155/30 would. Not saying to go make your tow truck run with two 25/30s. You sure as hell can, call me. I'll help you set it up to where it can do that. But I do not recommend that every day, okay? 155/30s are a great tow injector. 175/30s are a tow street. 190/30s are more of a street. 205/30s are more street track, okay? And that's when you start stepping up into the track stuff. Yes, you can tow on a 205/30 when you properly set it up. Our truck, King Twins, if you guys know that build from our DIY series, is running a 205/30 with a KC Stage 2 in the valley and an S475 out top. Has all the goodies you can imagine. Icon heads, ported intake, BD manifolds, BD transmission, Powerstroke product Stage 2 camshaft, full fast fuel system with an XDP regular return and XDP fuel bowl delete. I mean, it's got every modification you can imagine. We've built that truck to play with and make power plus tow, and we have tested that with 205/30s in that setup, towing 20,000 pounds at 80 miles an hour in Wyoming, which is generally 4,000 is the lowest, up to 10,000. And the hottest EGTs we've seen so far is about 1275, 1300, right in there, towing 20,000 pounds on our 40-foot gooseneck. Give us a call. We would love to chat with you about injectors. It's the most important part of your build, really, when you think about it, because this is going to determine your EGTs, your fuel mileage, your horsepower, all of that. This guy right here is going to determine that. So we need to know what you're doing with your truck. Are you towing? Just tow street, street track, track only, street only, grocery getter with some fun. We need to know so we can help you build it properly. We have a lot of packages available. They're proven to be stupid reliable. The Stage 3 VGT and the Stage 3 non-VGT are the most popular ones. They come with a 190/30, and then a KC Stage 2, and then, or 190/30 and a 363 or a 364.5. Those are the two most popular packages we sell. I put your truck right around 600 horsepower. You can still tow your boat, no problem. Sometimes your camper, if you keep it a light camper, you add a ported intake, towing ability goes up. Give us a call. We would love to chat with you to make sure you're getting the right one for your build. 1-800-577-2698. Talk to Adam, which is standing over here. Adam, Clayton, or Matt, any one of us can help. You guys have met Clayton before. He's on the phones right now, so we can record. Adam, anything to talk about the injectors?
No, I personally run the 190/30s and the S363 Bullseye in my truck, and I absolutely love it. So much so that I blew my transmission. But no, the 190/30s and that won't cause you to blow your transmission, only if you're beating the crap out of it like I was. But perfect opportunity for another BD transmission. I'm absolutely stoked about that setup, and it tows phenomenal. I get 21 highway and about 17, 18 city, so I'm not complaining one bit, and that's hand calculated too. Love my holders. Let us know if you ever need anything like that.
Give us a call. You can talk to him. He's a little nervous first time on camera. He loves chatting diesel. This guy's a diesel nut. Okay, just like Clayton and myself, we love chatting. Like you said, the 190/30s and the 363, absolute beast when it comes to towing. You go out and be stupid with it, you're gonna blow your transmission up. We were being dumb, it happens. Give us a call, click like, subscribe, follow, check out the Instagram, the Facebook, the TikTok, all that good stuff. We're always posting goodies, always talking about builds, sharing what we're doing here in the shop. Once again, thank you for following us. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to earn your business. Without you guys, without our customers, our followers, our friends, we wouldn't have the opportunity to do this. It truly means a lot to us to have the opportunity to provide for our family, doing something we love, absolutely love to do. So thank you very much. Have a blessed day.